All right, welcome to Mama Soup Talks, where we talk about parenting issues. And this week we are talking again to John Law from Jail Bookkeeping about a scary topic that may come up. Hopefully it doesn't, but it may come up. And it's reviews and reassessments of your tax returns. Welcome, John.
Morning.
Morning. Now, do you want to just remind people who you are and how you are an expert on this topic?
So my name is John. I'm the owner operator of GL Bookkeeping. I've been doing taxes for 20 years now. Focus mainly on family-related claims and disability-related claims.
Amazing. So you are the right person to be talking to.
Yes.
So let's talk about the scary reassessment.
Yes.
Yes.
The thing
so
you want to avoid at all costs.
Yeah. What happens then? So you get that letter in the mail, correct?
So the actual reassessment is the end result.
Okay.
It starts with either a review or a request for information.
Okay.
Reviews and requests for information go out all the time.
Okay.
They are routine. It's just CRA making sure that you filed accurately.
Okay, so don't panic if you get a request for more information.
Panic.
Okay.
So the very first thing that I suggest absolutely everyone gets is what's called a My Account.
Mm-hmm.
This is an online portal through Canada Revenue that allows you to see absolutely everything about your taxes.
Mm-hmm.
If you owe them money, if they owe you money, if there's a review or reassessment underway, you can even see what they accept as your final tax return for that year. You can upload documents to them through My Account. You can set up your direct deposit through My Account.
So basically it's your one stop for everything.
Yes.
Government related.
The one thing that I will mention is that if you do have a My Account, they will stop sending you paper mail.
Okay. So you have to go back there to find out information.
Yes.
Okay.
What they will do is when they will post mail that they would have sent you paper-wise to your My Account,
Mm-hmm.
and they will send you an email saying that something has been posted to your mail.
Okay, perfect. So it's not like you'll just log in one day and be surprised with a bunch of
that you. Yes.
Okay.
So that email will always be bilingual.
Mm-hmm.
It will be properly formatted, proper grammar, proper punctuation, and it will never, ever, ever have a link or say what they have posted to your account.
So never ever click on a link from the government in an email because it's not the government.
Chances are it's not the government, and you do not want to risk that.
No.
The email will just say that something has been posted to your account.
Mm-hmm.
You log in, you deal with it, and you move on.
Okay, excellent. Who can be reassessed? You said these go out all the time.
Yeah, it can be anyone.
So
anyone at all.
Even if a professional has done your taxes for you, you can still be reassessed.
The chances of it actually getting to a reassessment are a lot smaller if you've had your return professionally prepared, but the review or the request for information is the same regardless of who prepares your return.
So suppose you're preparing my return, and then I get the request for more information. Do I let you know, or do I just give the information to the government that they're asking for?
So it's up to you whether you want to go back to who prepared your return. Some places include that as part of your base fee. I include that as part of your base fee, so it doesn't cost you anything extra to bring me the letter and say, what do I do with this? To me, the review and request for information process is just another component of filing a return. They're so common. It's just an expected part.
Yeah. Okay. Does being reassessed, or when they ask you for more information, does it mean you're on the CRA's radar now? Are you marked as a?
I wouldn't say marked. If you get a review letter or a request for information, especially if it's for something major, that's going to give you a lot of credits. So a custody situation changes, or you suddenly you've never contributed to an RSP before, and you suddenly have a massive RSP contribution. They are going to review that.
That's red flags.
That is them making sure that the claims are legit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as saying it's a red flag.
Okay.
But like anyone who works in anything financial, our brains look for and spot inconsistencies. So when we see something, or if something changes too much, like there's that reasonable variation in a tax return, even if you have the same job for the same wage, there's that reasonable expectation of variation.
Yes. And so, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was going to say something just came up in my brain too. Like a reassessment is not the same thing as a notice of assessment.
So the notice of assessment is what you get when your return has been filed and accepted.
Okay.
It's CRA basically saying, at this point in time, we agree that this information is correct.
That's when you can breathe.
That's when you can mostly breathe. You can get your notice of assessment and then get reviewed later.
Yes.
So that notice of assessment does not take a review or a request for information off the table.
Okay, so I know that we talked in an earlier episode about how parents have 10 years to go back and claim certain expenses. How long does the government have, or the CRA, I should say, to come back and reassess a person?
So normal circumstances, and what you'll see most often, is about 3 years.
3 years, okay.
But, this is a big but, if from that initial review, they feel that you're omitting income or making a lot of really unsupported claims, they can actually go back as far as they want. Okay.
They are the CRA.
They are the CRA. They are the owners of all things taxes.
Yeah. Okay. So you've said, like, if somebody suddenly has a huge RSP contribution, they could be the government's, the CRA is looking for more information. What about anything like, is there anything related to parenting specifically?
Yes. So we talked last week about relationships ending.
Yes.
When there are kids involved. So for spouses that are either common law or married, they get a spousal deduction. Or they can get a spousal deduction based on that other spouse's income. They cannot get an eligible dependent deduction. When a couple splits, the parent who gets custody of the kids gets an eligible dependent deduction.
Okay.
Seeing that change from spousal to eligible dependent is a huge flag. Might as well be walking down the streets of Toronto, blasting air horns.
Okay.
They want proof that the correct parent is claiming the deduction.
Okay. Okay.
So when you know that's going to be a factor, you want to have your separation agreement or the custody agreement or the divorce decree, or even a letter from the child's doctor or their principal, something that clearly shows that the child lives with that particular parent.
So this must become a little bit unclear though when parents share custody 50-50.
Yes. So that's when it's important to have the separation agreement, the divorce decree, or the custody agreement, because in all of those things will be a clause that speaks to who gets to claim
Okay.
the dependent, or there
Okay.
should be at least. It can be alternate. Like if the custody is exactly 50-50, it can alternate. But if it's primarily to one parent, it's going to be that one parent claiming the deductions in relation to that child.
Wow. Okay. That's good to know. All right. And so, is there anything that a person can do to avoid being asked for more information or being reassessed if a situation, for example, if a custody situation does change and the parent with the air horns walking around Toronto wants to avoid the reassessment situation, can they provide information ahead of time?
No.
Okay.
CRA will only accept information when they ask for it.
Okay. So
like I said, it is possible to upload scans of documents to them through my account, but you have to have a reference number so they know where it belongs.
So you basically just have to wait for them.
Yes.
Okay.
So in the year of a custody change, and for at least 2 years after that, be prepared to be reviewed.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It is not you being singled out.
Yeah.
It is CR making sure that this is the correct pattern now.
Yeah. So any parents who have separated, divorced, or if their custody arrangements have changed in 2021, just be prepared to become under the microscope a bit for the next couple of years.
And uploading a document to CRA is I find a lot faster and leaves a better paper trail than mailing it to them. Because they will want the originals mailed.
Yeah.
And good luck getting them back.
Yeah.
So having them scanned and uploaded gives you a confirmation number that they've received them.
Yes.
You keep the originals.
So they'll accept scanned copies of the original.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
And it takes literally 2 minutes.
Yeah.
To upload it into your My account. And you get a nice confirmation number saying we received it at this date, this time.
Yeah, that is good because you don't want to give up your divorce with the stamp, the piece of paper that says you're divorced with the stamp on it, and then try to get it back for other purposes. Okay. So there's nothing really that a person can do to avoid being reassessed.
Not when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
The biggest tip would be if you think you are missing a slip, either check your My account because your slip has to be uploaded there as well, or talk to whoever should be issuing you that slip and find out when they're getting it to you.
Okay, so who would that be?
So it could be your employer. It could be your bank for interest on your bank account. It could be whoever you invest through, if you have investments,
Or daycare.
find out.
Okay.
Yeah. So find out when they will have their slips out and wait until you have all your slips
Okay.
before you
Excellent.
file.
Excellent. And does being reassessed affect a person's GST credits or Trillium or baby bonus?
It depends on the results of the reassessment.
Okay.
So basically what a reassessment does is refile your taxes with either no change made, which is what you're hoping for,
Yeah.
or with a change made, either in your favor or in CRA's.
Yeah.
And all your credits get recalculated.
Okay. I guess that's why it takes a few months.
Yes. Reviews and reassessments typically start coming out in July.
Okay, and so for parents who maybe are in the process of being reassessed, they are relying maybe on their baby bonus. So
Yeah.
the baby bonus continues until they've,
Yes, it still gets paid.
okay,
Whether they're being paid the correct amount
yeah, because you might
is
end up
anyone's guess at
owing.
that point. So you may
Yeah.
end up owing some of it back. So if you see that you're under review or a reassessment is in progress, try and squirrel a little of that away just in case.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Oh, which reminds me, one other tip. Whenever starting a new job,
Mhm.
always have your employer take extra income tax.
Okay, so ask for
Like
that
even,
specifically.
yeah. Like when you start a new job, you should be filing a TD1,
TDY?
which TD1,
One,
which
okay.
is that form that says
How much?
how much it helps the payroll people determine how much tax they need to take off your paychecks.
Okay.
And there's a box on there that says, please take extra taxes off above what you calculate.
Okay, so you're actually allowed and you're encouraging people to do that. So
Yes.
I'm assuming
And the
so they
reason
don't
for
have to
that
pay?
is, the main reason for that is, it's related to how CPP is calculated.
Okay.
When you work multiple jobs, often that don't talk to each other, there's a CPP exemption that gets used twice instead of once. So if you have that extra income tax deducted and waiting for you, you can cover that difference.
Yeah.
And it's already covered. And you don't have to worry about paying any extra.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Because that's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, if you're right around that personal exemption amount, you can go from owing nothing to owing in the span of 3 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's your biggest piece of advice for someone who gets that letter in the mail that says, we need more information, or we're reassessing you?
do not panic.
Okay.
Do not panic. Reviews and requests for information are so routine. As long as you have all your documentation and you shared everything with whoever did your tax return, you're going to be fine.
That's awesome. You know what? I think what I'm taking away from this chat is get what did you call it?
It's called a My Account.
My Account. So register for a My Account and don't panic.
Yeah.
And try to, if you are being reassessed, try to keep some money aside in case you end up needing to pay back.
So I'm just going to post a link in this video chat to where they can sign up for My Account.
Perfect.
It is a bit of a process, and you will need information from a prior return just to verify that it's actually you signing up. And like a lot of places, it's 2-factor login now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's
so you can either you can either print out a grid of codes.
I think I go
Or-
log in through my bank.
Yep, even that's going to start requiring
Oh, okay.
factor. So you can either print out a grid and you have to manually enter some codes from that grid, or you can get a text message sent to your phone with a 6-digit code.
Awesome. Well, this has been very enlightening. Thank you for your calm advice. Stay calm. And I've been talking to John Law from JL Bookkeeping. Where can people find you to hire you, to get more information about your services?
The very best way would be the links to my email and website that Joanne will be posting next to this video.
Perfect. Any last words? Stay calm.
Don't panic and keep your receipts.
Yes, and call your tax preparer like yesterday.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me for these talks, John.
Not a problem.
And I wish you all the best of the luck during tax season.
Not a problem.
Okay, thank you.